This episode of the Nerd Corporation podcast may contain spoilers and explicit language. Listener discretion is advised. We are the Nerd Corporation.
What up, everybody? It's Thursday. You know what that means.
I am Marvel Jesus.
Are you?
No, you're Marvel Jesus.
He'll take it. He'll take it.
Oh, for God's sake!
The
What is that? A croissant?
It's the Yeezy. It's the Jeez jizzes. The Yeezy jizzies.
You see the reflection?
Yeah, it's killing me.
I don't want to.
I can see the Uggo.
Ooh.
Yeah.
This fucking semen soul.
Those ones, I have to say, those ones are like, out of the three I just saw, those ones are like the half decent. Okay.
I like those. Those
ones are
those ones
decent.
are okay. Like
Yeah.
they're not. Yeah, those ones are okay. Looking.
You know what they remind me of? Do you remember? Do you remember the
It's got
episode
more.
of Doug the cartoon where he wants to get those fucking basketball shoes?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
That's what those look like to me. Those aren't half bad either.
I like
What is
these.
that?
These are my favorite black ones. I like these ones a lot.
Aluminum foil over
No,
it.
just reflect. It's 3M.
Carbon fiber
Yeah.
Yeezys.
Oh, God.
Yeah, I got a whole bunch. I'm not going to continue doing.
Anyway, it's podcast day.
Yay!
Yay!
On this episode, we go through Cole's Yeezy collection.
Right.
Just a few,
It's-
just a taste.
It's podcast day. Yay!
We're
Yay!
gonna do a podcast. Yay!
My name is Eddie Lyon, and do you know how long I've been waiting for this? Ooh, I'm about to make a name for myself here. With me, as always, is Cole Simper,
That's me.
Derek Reese.
That's cool.
That's not cool.
That's not cool.
That's called appropriation.
And Nick Lewis.
Again, Eddie, not a word. Who is your dialect coach?
The fucking minions.
Yeah.
And we are the Nerd Corporation. Welcome to episode 196, Deadpool and Wolverine in the Multiverse of Madness. We're going to talk about the Deadpool and Wolverine movie that just came out.
The new one, you fucks. Obviously.
The new one. The new one. Holy shit, what a fucking movie.
God
It's
damn.
pretty great. It's pretty great.
What a fucking movie.
God.
We're going to talk about a lot. So strap in.
Yeah, buckle up.
Eddie's got notes.
I got fucking notes. My G, I got fucking notes. We'll get right into it. Directed by Sean Levy, who also directed Stranger Things, The Atom Project, Free Guy, The Night at the Museum movies, Animorphs, the TV show.
Free Guy.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
makes sense.
Free Guy was dope.
Free Guy was such a good movie.
It was such a good movie. Yeah.
And so
Actually,
did he
I
direct
really
like the
liked-
majority of Stranger Things? Is that
Yeah,
just
like
an-
yeah, like I'm sure he
Think
had
so.
like a few episodes or like a good amount. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. Please correct us in the
I
comments.
got you.
Because that's one of those ones where they had like multiple directors and they'd swap up
I
between
believe
them, right?
so. Yeah, I
Yeah.
believe so. It was written by Rhett Reese. He did the other Deadpool movies, Twisted Metal, Zombieland, G.I. Joe Retaliation. It was also written by Ryan Reynolds, also written by Paul Wernick, who did a lot of the same things that Rhett Reese did to the other Deadpool movies, Zombieland. And Zeb Wells, who wrote She-Hulk and did some writing for Robot Chicken.
I was hoping it was Zeb Coulter.
We, the people.
The people.
Based on characters by Rob Liefeld and Fabian Nicieza. I hope I'm saying that right.
I just want to interject and say, Derek, I don't know if you got it, but remember when we met him at Comic-Con and I got his autograph?
Yeah.
Zeb Coulter.
Yeah.
You-
No, Fabian Nicieza.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was just chilling at a table, and I was like,
Well, yeah.
is that what the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
that was
fucking rad.
wild.
Yeah.
And
Uh,
I think Rob Liefeld's gonna be at this Comic-Con actually.
Oh, that's dope.
Oh, nice.
I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I saw that. But
Okay. So we're gonna run through just like the main cast, like the main like 4 that we see throughout the whole uh movie. We have
Dogpool.
Yeah, we have Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool. You know, Van Wilder, Waiting, Free Guy, Blade Trinity, Detective Pikachu, R.I.P.D. I mean,
If you don't know Ryan Reynolds, then I mean, what are you doing?
right?
What's your
I mean, if
What's
they
your
don't-
favorite?
My favorite
If they
Ryan
if they
Reynolds
don't know
movie?
Ryan Reynolds, they probably aren't watching this podcast.
Like, what's your favorite? Because I have one, and I don't know if it'll be the same as your guys's, because he kind of kills it with Deadpool.
Well,
So
what's
if
your
you said
what's your
Deadpool,
favorite? What's
mine
your
is
favorite?
Waiting.
Yeah, mine too.
Yeah,
I love
I
him
mean,
in
I don't
Waiting.
I don't know
is
how
a
you cannot
classic.
like Waiting. I don't know. Just for, I mean, of course, Waiting is nostalgia too, but Van Wilder's what I gotta go
Oh,
with,
yeah.
because I
Wilder's a
mean
good one.
that's the introduction. You know, that's the
Yeah. I mean, and it's crazy. I was watching Waiting like a few weeks ago, and doesn't hold up very well. Like the comedy's still hilarious.
Oh no, it's very very raunchy. No,
Yeah.
it does not, in terms of like being PC.
acceptable.
It's not at
well,
all.
well,
no.
not only that, but I completely forgot the fact that fucking Ryan Reynolds' character is a fucking pedophile.
Yeah, the entire
Oh.
time he's going after this. Well, and not
Oh,
only is his
whoa,
character,
whoa.
not only is his
Wait,
character a pedophile, but so is the manager, because he's also
Right,
going
right.
after her
So
the
is David
entire
Koechner.
time.
Definitely.
Well, no, because that's a lot of where the jokes are centered.
Underage
Like,
is underage.
yeah, like the back
doesn't
and
matter
forth
how old
between
Ryan
him and
Reynolds
Anna
is.
Faris. The back and forth between him and
No,
Anna
no, no,
Faris,
no,
where
no,
she's
no, no.
like, that's why you only date girls in high school, because
Oh,
they're
wait,
the
never
only
mind,
ones that
yeah.
will believe your bullshit. So, so he's definitely
Yeah.
a pedophile, but it's, you know, it's still like,
I mean, have you seen The
Oh, God.
Hostess? I mean, come on.
right.
Come on.
Easy. Whoa, easy. Easy.
I will
After we
say,
just after
I can
I
say
will
that now.
take-
It's been like 20 years.
I will take any excuse to watch Luis Guzman, though.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I don't give a fuck what movie he's in. I will watch
brain.
the brain.
Not just any piece of meat, baby, a prime rib.
Oh my god.
Yeah, dude. That movie is classic.
You guys get back to work or I'll fire you faster than you can say yo, MTV Raps.
Fucking
The
great.
difference between ordinary and extraordinary is that little bit extra.
That's funny.
It's so angry.
Yeah, my favorite, or I guess it's not my favorite, it's the moment that sticks out the most. It's when Ryan Reynolds' character is explaining to the new guy just like how shitty it is. And I think just got done explaining the meat game, the ball sack game. But he, like, it's a frame where he's coming out of the bathroom and he's got like, it's very homoerotic where he's got a tank top and it's like up here.
Yeah.
But Ryan Reynolds has always been cut. He's always got that. He's always had that dick root like whore, right? So like,
How do you feel
funny
about full frontal male nudity?
Oh man,
I'm gonna watch Waiting tonight.
Yeah,
I know. Huh? I think I've still got the DVD of it hanging
That's
around
fucking
somewhere.
right.
Somewhere.
We have Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. Of course, you know who Hugh Jackman is. He's been in all of the X-Men movies, the Wolverine movies, The Greatest Showman, Les Miserables, Australia. I mean, he's been, you know.
So I have to brag about Angela for 2 seconds. So we're in the movie and it's the scene where they're beating the shit out of each other inside of the Honda Odyssey.
Oh, right.
We'll
did she catch The Greatest Showman right at the beginning?
Brother, I swear to God, that was a half of a second of a music cue.
Dude,
and
yeah.
she
Misty
fucking
did too.
sniped
I
it,
did too.
dude.
I did too.
Then I'm just as impressed with you because I was like, I had no idea, and she just nailed it. And I was like,
yeah, Misty
holy
did as
fuck,
well.
dude.
Like
That's
she was
crazy.
on
That
top of
went
it. I didn't
completely
even,
past me.
yeah, I didn't
Yeah,
even notice
the
it.
very first time that he hits his head on the radio, the very first like radio station it changes to,
Yeah.
it's just like and then it's
Yeah.
it.
That's it. I'm like, damn, that's impressive as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
What's
we watched the greatest,
what's your guys' favorite Hugh Jackman role? Because I also have an unconventional answer. I guess
mine
I
is
don't know.
mine is P.T. Barnum, The Greatest Showman.
Okay. Nice.
I think
apart from Wolverine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he did great with that too. Like that was, I mean, I thought that was a really good role for
Yeah,
him.
he made P.T. Barnum not look like a piece of shit. So I mean,
While being a piece of shit.
yeah.
Nick, what's your favorite one?
I mean,
just Wolverine. I mean, that's
hard,
a perfectly good example.
It's hard. I'll narrow it down to maybe X-Men Origins.
Okay.
Wolverine, but I think the funniest, but like it's a very, very small appearance, but I don't know if you guys ever saw movie 43.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where he's on the date and he's got
I forgot. Yeah, he is.
So he's on this date with this chick and he's like wearing a scarf. He's on it. I want to say the girl's like Nicole Kidman or something. It's somebody famous, and he's like, oh, it's getting really hot in here, and he takes his scarf off and he's just got balls like hanging from his right here.
He's a Balchinian.
Yeah,
he is.
It's just like I was watching that movie. That's the one of the funniest movies I've ever seen in my entire life.
My favorite movie, just to get it out of the way, is Prisoner. I love that movie.
Prisoner. That's a good one too. We have Emma Corrin as Cassandra Nova. She was Princess Diana in The Crown, Darby in Murder at the End of the World, Esme Winnicus in Pennyworth, the failed Alfred TV show.
Yeah.
We have Matthew McFadden as Mr. Paradox. He was Tom Wamsgans in Succession. Athos in the 2011 adaptation of Three Musketeers. He was the Sheriff of Nottingham in Robin Hood 2010. And he was Mr. Darcy in Pride and Prejudice. Prejudice. We had a ton of people cameo for a small little bit. We had Daphne Keane returning as Laura X-23, Jon Favreau as Happy Hogan, which is cool because this movie to me was like a love letter and a goodbye to all of the 20th Century Fox properties, right? So it only makes sense that Jon Favreau's in it because he was Happy Hogan in the Ben Affleck Daredevil movie.
Oh my God, you're right.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I totally forgot about that.
Yep. I
haven't even thought about that movie until later on in this movie.
Because I mean he continued with that role though.
Too. Yeah. And then not Happy Hogan, Foggy Nelson. He was Foggy Nelson in
Foggy Nelson.
Yeah.
Okay.
Happy Hogan, Foggy Nelson. I get those two confused.
Yeah, I was like
he was Foggy Nelson in the Affleck Daredevil.
See, I don't remember that, but I try not to remember that movie.
We had Jennifer Gardner as Elektra.
Yes, that was
looking just as tasty as she did before.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That was a massive like holy shit for me. Like I audibly in the theater was like, oh my God.
As much as I love her in general, I find that I always found that as such a weird choice for Elektra.
Extremely strange.
She's such a like a wholesome soccer mom type that like that just seems like such a weird choice.
Bland as fuck.
Yeah.
Dude.
We had our boy Wesley Snipes as Blade.
That is that's the one where I was whoa,
dude,
that's
looking like a short king. Like holy shit, he was small, dude.
Right? Crazy fucking thing. Him being in this movie breaks 2 Guinness World Records. It officially makes him the person to hold the longest career as a live action Marvel character and the record for the longest gap between character appearances in Marvel films.
Interesting.
Yeah, isn't that
looks great? I think he looks great. I really doubt that they're going to get another movie or anything out of him.
No.
Which is
No.
funny because like he really kind of puts the stake in the ground with this role, doesn't he? Where he's like when he's doing he's got the AT4 and he's like, "There's only gonna be one blade." You know? I'm like, okay, so is that like Marvel like saying like, "Oh yeah, you're never getting a blade thing like ever"?
I don't
again.
think so. I think that's just a tongue-in-cheek sort of
A Wesley
like,
Snipes, I evaded my taxes type of quip.
yeah, like I think it's a tongue-in-cheek. Like, obviously, we're not gonna have this dude continue as Blade. He's gonna be dead before we make another Blade movie.
We have to make sure he's paying his taxes before we make another movie.
Well, maybe this was part of it. They probably paid him a good chunk. They were like, "What do you owe?"
This is part of his punishment. Is like you have.
What do you owe? What do you owe?
Let's write this check out.
We're gonna do a scene where your eyes are open and you're gonna open them. God damn it!
We have Channing Tatum as Gambit.
Yeah,
this was very cool.
Remy LeBeau.
This was very cool. So I've got some questions. Because I don't really know. I know Gambit, like the most that I know about Gambit is from Marvel versus Capcom. That's all I really know, right? And adjacent Capcom beat 'em up games. Like I'm pretty sure he's in that X-Men side scroller beat 'em up.
I think so.
Yeah. I could be wrong, but
I'm sure
the only character I ever picked in that game.
That's literally the only thing I know him from. I don't know him from any comics or anything. So is the so he's like from Louisiana, right?
Yeah, he's a Bayou boy. Yeah, he's from Louisiana for
like the closest that a white person will ever get to being able to actually say the N-word, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so he's, from the Bayou. His power is that anything that he touches can explode. Okay. And so he
puts kinetic energy into things and then uses them as explosives.
Very cool. He's got the bow staff. I like that. I like the bow staff user.
Yeah, and he has the cards and all that. But like to me, this was the most comic accurate portrayal. That
he looks great, dude. He looks
well,
really
and
good.
like
he's
in
a little
Wolverine,
beefy.
He like, and that's my only.
He's a beefy boy.
Issue. Yeah. That's my only issue with it is just how fucking thick he is as a human being. And Gambit's, a wiry, tall, smooth talking dude. Like he uses his words to get out of scrapes, not
a trickster.
Physical size. Yeah, exactly. Not physical size and strength. So like that's the only thing that I struggle with. But I mean it's better than the Gambit we got in Wolverine Origins.
Fucking Taylor Kitsch
even have an accent.
Let me tell you,
any kind.
There is so much hate for Channing Tatum that people are saying that Taylor Kitsch did a better job as Gambit.
And he
I have not seen a single thing that says that.
I'm watching it all.
Neither
over.
have I.
Like on Twitter.
Yeah, like on Twitter, on
I've
TikTok.
seen nothing but
that's
love.
just ridiculous. Well, yeah, it's just ridiculous because, like I say, physical appearance issues aside, like he did fucking great.
Oh, he's awesome.
Like it was such a good portrayal. Yeah.
And I was watching some TikToks that were saying that his Bayou accent and some of the words that he used were so accurate. Like there's one where he calls Wolverine a suave idiot in Creole, and people are like, yes, this is accurate. This is cool.
That's dope.
Yeah.
So like who's saying it's accurate?
Just like a bunch of like TikToks from people like from Louisiana, from those areas. So
is he from that area?
I think he did. I think he grew up.
Oh, did he? Like, I was gonna say,
right?
I'm sure Marvel did their homework and
I'm pretty sure. Like, correct us in the comments, but I'm pretty sure he said that he grew up in Louisiana or in the area, so he knew the accent.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with him in this.
Dude, Channing Tatum, cool dude.
He's kind of one to watch for, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So what I'm seeing here on the Google machine,
Okay,
it says
Grandpa.
that It said his family moved to Mississippi when he was 6. So I mean that and I'm
He
not,
was he was born
going
in
very
he was
far.
born in Alabama, but I mean
Yeah. So he's from that
he's
That
area
whole
makes sense.
bayou
of the
type
United
area.
yeah,
States.
he's got like the basis of it already.
Yeah.
We get Aaron Stanford coming back as Pyro. We get Tyler Mane, Sabretooth.
Yep.
Who dies like a bitch instantly.
Yeah. Oh, that was such a, like, for me, that was such a cool way to just kind of kill him off, because it was just like, oh my god, we're gonna have another crazy ass Sabretooth Wolverine battle, and no.
Well, and can I say, like, I was not a fan of his Pyro at all.
Oh yeah, Aaron
Really?
Stanford's Pyro. Yeah, I wasn't
Yeah.
either.
No, I mean, let alone like he's fucking Irish. Like,
Yeah.
like he's
So
Who played
so it's
Nightcrawler
oh
That
shit,
was
what's his name?
Azrael.
besides Derek? I wanted to give you props.
Oh.
You were awesome in this role as Nightcrawler. Have you
Azazel?
seen him? Did you look at him? He looks exactly like Derek.
The red guy, Azazel?
Is that who it is?
Nightcrawler's
He's got
blue.
like a suit
Nightcrawler's
on.
like
Yeah.
Nightcrawler's dark blue.
I thought Nightcrawler had the tail.
He
does.
does.
They
He
are
does.
both they're both the exact same like
I keep trying to find
character,
the picture, but I can't find him.
Azazel's red and Nightcrawler's blue.
I think he is red. Yes.
Yeah, so it's
Whoever it
Azazel.
is. I straight up thought it was Derek. I was like, dude, Derek is in the MCU now.
Well, surprise. I'm famous. I don't know if you know this about me.
I don't know if you know, but I'm kind of
famous
a
in
big
my
deal.
heart,
I'm
baby.
kind of a big deal. I have
Um,
many leather-bound books.
And then we got a bunch of other cameos where unfortunately they didn't reprise their roles, but we got Azazel, Lady Deathstrike, Blob, Toad, Juggernaut, Psylocke, Callisto. We got a variant of Bullseye for like half a second. The Russian from the I can't remember, from like the 90s Deadpool, the one that was played by Kevin Nash.
Oh yeah.
The red and white stripe dude.
Yeah.
I think you're muted,
Me?
Derek.
Oh,
There you are.
I was
You
like,
s-
I'm not.
You said I don't remember that, and there was no noise.
Oh, weird.
Yeah. But there are so many Easter eggs in this movie, and we're not going to get into any.
Don't forget about fucking Chris Evans.
Right, that's where we were going to go next.
Oh.
Chris Evans as Johnny Storm.
Yeah.
And it was such a cool swerve, because like the moment he saw him, I was like, oh, we saw him. That was like, oh, that's Johnny Storm. Like,
Did you? No. Did you see his arms? He had Cap's like armor on.
Right. But that was such a swerve. I knew it from the beginning. I was like,
Of course.
It's Chris Evans.
And when he's like, when he's swearing and stuff, Missy's like, what's happening here? This isn't Captain America. Like, that's
No, it's
doesn't
not.
swear.
Yeah. And I was like, no, it's not. You're right. And she was like, well, who the fuck else? Because she doesn't, that's Fantastic Four is, way too long ago. And I don't think she ever even would have seen it, back then. So she had no idea that he played Johnny Storm.
Yeah. So the whole premise of the movie is that Deadpool wants to find meaning. He even goes to the Avengers base, and it shows the date. I think it was March 14th or March 18th.
Yeah, 14th.
It was 14th, and I forgot the year, but it was right before the events of Infinity War. So like the snap hadn't happened yet.
So how do you know this?
The date?
Yeah.
Just off of March 14th, you know this?
Yeah,
well, because it had a year too.
Yeah, the events of Infinity War happened at a certain time, and I can't remember. I think it was and so plus I've been watching tons and tons of Easter egg fucking videos and shit.
I believe you.
And so he gets picked up by the TVA, which, if you haven't seen Loki season 1 and 2, the TVA is the Time Variance Authority. They, pretty much kind of police the
Dimension Police.
Yeah.
I'm really sad Owen Wilson didn't show up.
Yeah, me too, kind of.
I was really hoping he would show up.
But like the way that they were talking, this was post season 2
Right.
TVA. And so Mr. Paradox from the Time Variance Authority calls on to Deadpool, tells him he's in for a higher calling, he can actually matter, shows him a bunch of like Avengers clips from older movies, shows him a thing of Thor holding Deadpool.
What is this? Yeah, what is this?
Why is Thor crying?
Yeah. So it's really just him trying to like gas him up to do his bidding for the Time Ripper.
So you don't think it's real and it has any like meaning?
Well,
for
I
later?
mean, Secret Wars, I'm sure will hold all of that. Like, I'm sure he'll interact in Secret Wars or in Avengers Doomsday or one of them. But it's mostly just Marvel being like, we have him now, like like this is ours,
Yeah.
They could have like fabricated all of that because they can do whatever they want basically.
Yeah. So he decides he's going to help, and then he realizes that Mr. Paradox just wants to destroy his universe because their anchor being is gone. And now the TVA, what they do, they don't prune timelines anymore. What they do is they let the timelines go, because at the end of Loki season 2, spoilers, Loki becomes the god of stories and holds all of these branching timelines together for all of eternity. And so he wants to prune it. And so Deadpool's like, well, I could just go find another anchor being, right? And so he sets off to find all of these Wolverines, which we'll get into right now. We got comic accurate 5'3" Wolverine.
Yeah.
And that was cool.
That was so funny.
My favorite,
so funny.
He called him Harry Lou Retton. And I was just like,
yeah, dude, I lost it at that.
It was just like, oh god. The next one he goes to see is the Age of Apocalypse Wolverine. So that's Weapon X from Earth 295.
The 80s looking one, right? With the long hair.
With the one with the stump.
Yeah.
So in this one, Apocalypse has taken over North America and destroyed the rest of the world. And Wolverine is there. They didn't show it, but the stump actually still retracts the claws.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. So
he's just punching him with a stump with some...
Yeah, he's just fucking punching him with his
That's
stump.
funny.
Like you do. We have Patch Wolverine from the 80s.
Yeah.
He gambles, dresses like 007. His first appearance was in Chris Claremont's Wolverine #1, 1988. We got a possible Old Man Logan. It's not really clear because Old Man Logan's set in like a post-apocalyptic type of scene, and this looked like it was just like back in the day cottage type shit.
Yeah.
We got the Wolverine that's crucified on the big wooden
Please
X.
tell me what the fuck this is, because I laughed so hard at this and nobody else did.
Cole's just alone busting up in the theater.
No, Angela's just like sinking.
So this this Wolverine is from Uncanny X-Men 251. It's called Fever Dream. The Reavers capture Wolverine and crucify him, and the leader of the Reavers is just kind of torturing him.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and so he goes through this entire fever dream where he starts seeing people, and it's kind of like, it's almost like a Christmas Carol type shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So so that really did happen. Deadpool came out of this portal and was like asking him, but he didn't think it was real. It was he could have just mistaked it as like a hallucination. That's very funny.
We got John Burns, Brown and Gold Wolverine.
Yeah.
And this was the original. This was the very first,
and that was the first one they showed, wasn't it?
Okay, so the name is just tied to the color, right?
Yeah, the name is just tied to the color. This is from Incredible Hulk 180 and 181. This was the first appearance of Wolverine. So 180 was the first appearance on the very last page of the Incredible Hulk. And then the Incredible Hulk 181 is their
And-
like big battle.
And wasn't that the
Okay.
first one they showed in the sequence as well?
No, I think the comic accurate
no?
one was the one that they showed.
Oh, okay. All right.
And then what else did we get? And he shows his claws.
Yeah.
And he's because Deadpool's like, don't you fight a Hulk in this one? Right. And so he tracks his claws, and you see the image of the Hulk in the background, and that is a straight rip from Todd McFarlane's Incredible Hulk 340. Like, it's right on the cover. You see it all.
Yeah.
I would have loved if it was like Ed Norton's Wolverine or Eric Bana's.
Yeah.
I mean, Incredible Hulk. I mean,
Yeah.
and then we have the Cavalrine, right? And that's how he's credited in the credits.
That's cool.
As the Cavalrine.
That's awesome.
Deadpool.
Y'all know he's 40 years old.
Henry Cavill?
Yeah.
Jesus.
He looks so good, right?
Yeah, that's crazy. My favorite line from when he jumps in, he's like, "We'll treat you so much better than those shit fucks down the street." Yeah. And then, we end up with the worst Wolverine, the Wolverine that is our Wolverine from the, like, for the rest of the movie. And in this world, he goes off to be drunk because he's like, I don't deal with this fucking Team X-Men shit, and comes back
Everybody
and
dies.
everybody's dead. The humans kill Wolverine, and then Wolverine goes on this fucking rampage and not only kills the people that killed the X-Men, but just goes on a killing spree, killing whoever and wherever.
And this is based on any kind of story of Wolverine?
I'm not sure, please correct us in the comments, but I think this is a Wolverine that's like specific to
made
the
up
movie.
yeah, this is made up for this story.
Yeah. The Deadpool Corps. Let's get into who's in the Deadpool Corps.
Yeah.
We've got
first, do you know who is Lady Deadpool?
Oh, I know.
No, wait, what? Who?
You don't know who she is?
It's Blake Lively.
Oh, all right.
I'm gonna do y'all. Okay, let's run it. Dogpool from Earth 103173 is played by Penny, which is fucking. I love
Peggy.
that dog. Peggy, is it Peggy? Sorry,
It's Peggy.
Yeah, she was voted
Idiot.
UK's ugliest dog.
Oh, that's awesome.
Which I don't think it was intentional, but I think it's great that her name is Peggy.
Yeah,
considering like Deadpool's past movies.
Yeah.
I thought I saw somewhere that it was Ryan Reynolds' dog.
No,
it's not.
No. We have Nice Pool from Earth TRN 872.
Sorry,
just very Canadian, very just very.
I identify
nice.
as a feminist.
Right. In this Earth, Deadpool was never experimented on. He never gets his healing factor, so that's why he dies. That's why he can die.
How long does your regeneration take? Regeneration?
Yeah, he's just super affable and.
It was great. It was super great. The proposal. I can break the fourth wall too. We have Deadpool 2099 from Earth 16356. We have Lady Deadpool. I can't remember what Earth she's from. I didn't look it up, but that's played by Blake Lively. Cowboy Pool, aka the Deadpool Kid from Earth 1108, voiced by Matthew McConaughey.
Yep.
Headpool from Marvel Zombies, Earth 2149, voiced by Nathan Fillion.
Oh, yeah.
Kidpool from Earth 10330, voiced by Inez Reynolds, which is Brian Reynolds and Blake Lively's kid. Baby Pool was fashioned after Olin Reynolds, which is their baby.
Olin. What kind of fucking name is Olin?
Fuck.
Some fucking
I don't know,
new age
Glendon.
bullshit. Is a very respected name.
And we get Welsh Pool, which is Wrexham AFC's striker Paul Mullen. So
nod to
the football club.
What's that show called that him and not Glenn Howerton, but Rob McElhenney have, where they buy the
Welcome to Wrexham.
yeah.
Yeah. So he's from that football club that Ryan Reynolds owns.
Ah,
Yeah. We get a few other ones that don't like have
Credits.
voices, credits or voices attached to them. We have Golden Age Deadpool. We had a Samurai Deadpool.
futuristic one.
Yeah, Deadpool 2099. It was just a bunch of fun. But that's all for the notes that I have. So now we can actually just like get into the movie of it all. What do you guys think overall? Like, what do you think the movie? What do you think of the movie, or how did what did you like the most and all that?
Fantastic, like
Yeah.
best. I think it's one of the best Marvel like movies in recent years that we've ever had.
Yeah,
I mean, even among the Deadpool movies, I would say it's my favorite Deadpool movie.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like without doubt.
Well, that's kind of unfair though, because it's not really just Deadpool, right? And there's
Right.
a very crucial figure that's sharing up half of the movie poster,
I
half of the
mean,
movie.
fair.
You know what I mean?
And
So
I would
so
say
it's just kind of it's I watched the first. Sorry, I didn't mean to jump in front of you, but I watched the first one. It's really good. I still haven't seen the second one, so I
Second
don't
the
one's
really.
second
good
one's
too.
dope. Yeah,
I'm
Second
sure
one's-
it's-
they're
sure
all
it's great.
great.
Yeah, but this one's rad. Sorry, continue, please.
Yeah, no, I don't need to continue like the point. I mean, it's just one of my
I just
favorite
didn't mean to
Deadpool
interrupt you.
movies. Oh no, you're fine. One of my favorite things at the start of the movie was the claw performance issues.
Oh yeah.
That Wolverine-
Whiskey.
The whiskey
Yeah,
dick of
he's
the
got
claws.
whiskey claws. Yeah, like that was so fucking funny.
It's very common with men. It's very common with men like you in your age group.
So
Yeah.
there's a good jumping off point. Where what's your guys' favorite joke in the movie? Where's the
Oh,
part where you
God.
laugh the hardest?
Jesus.
Oh, yeah, that's
There is a
tough one.
part that made me belly laugh. Bro.
Which one
like
was
I
yours?
have never laughed so at a Marvel movie for sure. But it's when Cassandra,
Yeah.
G.I. Jane 3, is explaining her life or whatever.
I know exactly where you're going with
and
this.
and the traumatic thing, right?
Are you gonna talk about the?
So he says, I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna maybe butcher it a little bit, but he's like, "Oh my God, Gen Z and their trauma dumping. Why can't you just create it into achievements or cancer like the rest of us?"
Okay, that's not where I thought you were going, but one of the parts that I laughed at, like one of fucking many. There was maybe like 20 people in the movie when I went last night, like surprisingly, but one of the parts that I laughed absolutely fucking hardest at was in that same scene where she's talking about what she's gonna do, and she's like, and then I'm gonna go home and flick my bean while listening to the Enya box set.
and then the ending song is an Enya song when they're holding each other.
And then Ryan Reynolds goes, "She has a box set."
I think one of my favorite.
That was just such an out of pocket line for like a villain in any movie to use. Like it took me off guard and I fucking lost it.
I think one of my favorite parts is the very end where they come back around to the fact that Johnny Storm really did say all of those things.
Oh yeah.
Like, that was so fucking funny. And Deadpool's like, see? That was so great. And Johnny Storm is just going fucking off.
I don't know. I feel I that one is one of my favorites for sure. But I think the the thing he says to Henry Cavill, where he's just like, "We'll treat you better than any."
The
Like
shit
a lot
box.
of a lot of the fourth wall jokes were my favorites. Like, you're joining the MCU at a bit of a low point.
Oh my
You know?
god, dude, that's actually one that made the entire audience go off. I was like, dude.
You know, the one where he just gets the new suit and he's like, "Your tailor's a predator."
It has like an undying loyalty to like making jokes pay off like in a greater fashion, right?
Mhm.
Like for one, the when he's making fun of the fat guy or the fat intern at the bottom that has the cup that says I feel fine or whatever, I can't remember. But he's like
the guy that he keeps saying is like hot for him, right?
yeah, hot for him basically. Yeah, and it has a and when he's like falling down and he's like gonna squash him with his ass, like it's playing Iris by the Goo Goo Dolls. And I was like, that's awesome. That'll never come back. And then it did later in the movie, and I'm like, the movie just has like this undying loyalty to just making sure that bits that they think are super fucking funny, they're gonna die on these bits. And I love it.
And then
that's a double down.
And that's the whole thing about Deadpool, is that he's like the fact that he can break the fourth wall,
that's
and
his real superpower.
His healing factor and breaking the fourth wall are his superpowers. The fact that he can do that, it opens up for so much like self-deprecating humor, you know, like, which is why in Deadpool 2, spoilers, he goes back in time and shoots Ryan Reynolds in the head while he's reading the script to Green Lantern. You know, so having those jokes pay off is
well, and that's the thing too. Like, it would be so easy to go beyond the pale and be super ham-fisted and just fucking go overboard with those. Like you have to walk a fine line to make those good and stick and not be like overbearingly obnoxious. Like, yeah, we get it, you know. Like, and they do so fucking well.
Nick, what were you gonna say?
Oh, I just ran to the bathroom really quick, but I kept my headset on, and just so I could listen to where you guys were at. And I just I was laughing so hard at the whole Taylor montage where he just keeps slapping his ass
and grabbing his dick.
That made me laugh so hard.
So I think the reason why this movie has and this is the most impressive thing of the entire movie for me, is the fact that it's so present in like, and it's part of the fourth wall breaking charm of the movie, where it's like, dude, he's constantly making fun of Disney and Marvel and calls himself Marvel Jesus. Like, dude, this is the type of shit that gets people like not to watch your movies anymore. Not saying that it's a bad thing. Like, I think it's fucking awesome. It brings people like me and my money to the movie theater because I fucking adored every minute of this movie. You know, but it just I don't know. I don't know really. Go ahead, sorry.
No, it does. It really does. Like, it's the fact that not only did Marvel allow this to happen, you know, it makes Marvel self-aware almost in that sense, where they're just like, hey, you know what? We kind of fucked up. Like, maybe She-Hulk shouldn't have been the way it was. You know what I mean? Like, or you know, maybe this, that, and the other, or maybe the Marvels was too ham-fisted, or, you know, like, whatever it was, it really does almost redeems Marvel for all the shit that they've been doing over the last.
I think that was Marvel's plan all along, is they just did all this shitty stuff to like have ammo for Deadpool.
Have fodder. Yeah.
The next movie to come out.
I think the secret sauce is Ryan Reynolds.
Absolutely.
I think Ryan Reynolds and him, every weird thing, everything that seemed like it was like
it couldn't be anybody else, honestly.
Yeah, like and he's like inserted himself so deeply into this movie that it's like he's making fun of his own wife in this movie. Like, I guess he's not really making fun of her, but he uses her as a joke. Like, it's right when he gets teleported somewhere, and the joke is that Deadpool landed with his Wolverine landed with his hand on Deadpool's dick.
Yeah,
and
he's like,
Deadpool's
I'm telling
like,
Blake.
I'm telling Blake.
Yeah.
It's stuff like that. And I guess that's kind of where the narrative popped up in my head. I was like, maybe that's Ryan Reynolds' dog. Maybe I totally made that up in my head. But it feels like this is just such a love thing. Like they just like gave Ryan Reynolds this insane budget to make a movie because they knew people were gonna come.
Like I almost
Literally.
wonder if Ryan Reynolds would be, somebody that they should tap into for other projects, or if it's more of like a specific love that Ryan Reynolds has for this character, and maybe he wouldn't do so great at other characters and universes and things,
Let's
Well,
not go crazy.
It's
He
crazy.
works really well with this. Let's not go crazy. Okay.
So I believe
I'm just saying, if you've got a resource and he's on top of it like he is with Deadpool.
Yeah. I can't remember who it was. I want to say it was Rob Liefeld, but I could be wrong. Please correct me in the comments if I am. But he compared Ryan Reynolds to Deadpool. Like he was way before Deadpool even was a thing. He was just like, I forgot what the comparison was, but it was like, picture Ryan Reynolds if this happened. And it struck a chord with him, and so he's been.
God!
Ryan Reynolds has always had off the charts levels of snark, and that's so perfect for Deadpool.
That's another thing that I just forgot about. Speaking of like Easter eggs and stuff, and I like I said, there was like maybe 15, 20 people when I went to this movie because it was like 10 o'clock at night, and I was the only person laughing when he got thrown into the one store that's called Liefeld's Just Feet.
Oh yeah.
I was fucking dying because I'm
me
like,
too.
I'm obviously nobody else gets this but me here, but like,
because Rob Liefeld can't draw feet.
Oh, okay.
Like he's notoriously known for not being able to draw feet.
Okay.
I was fucking losing my mind.
Gets it. Okay,
it was so fucking funny. I don't think a lot of people got it when I went and saw it either. Actually,
well, it's like a if you know kind of thing. Like if you're like an average, like I'm not
moviegoer.
I'm not trying to disparage Cole, but if you're like Cole who doesn't have the knowledge behind it, then you're not gonna find it funny,
Right.
You explaining it, I can see that's very funny.
Yeah, and it was great.
Let's get into a few of the Easter eggs because there are so many. I mean,
God!
I watched a 2-hour video of
it's relentless. It's relentless.
So when he's in the office with I keep wanting to call him Foggy Nelson now that I know he was Foggy Nelson. When he's in the office with Happy Hogan.
Just call him Foggy Hogan.
Foggy Hogan. Yeah.
Perfect Nugan.
Happy Nelson.
Perfect Cougar.
We see the shield prototype for Captain America in the back. We see Pepper Potts's cover of Forbes magazine when she took over.
They do kind of like pan to the shield too, because when Happy's giving like his speech or whatever, and it's showing all the different like Marvel stuff. But
don't we also see the proof that Tony Stark has a heart?
Right, just right on there. Yep, we see that. We see the picture of him and Tom Holland on the thing, but the toy Iron Man helmet is in front of Tom Holland. Kevin Feige confirmed that the little kid in Iron Man 2 that's trying to shoot at Obadiah Stane is indeed Peter Parker.
No way.
No
that
fucking
is
shit.
So cool.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, and
that is awesome.
And so
and that's something that has not been confirmed till just now, right?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
And so the reason that the helmet is in front of Tom Holland's picture of him and Tony Stark is because since he's still property of Sony, since that Spider-Man is, that would count as an appearance from Tom Holland.
Oh man!
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So They held that back.
Nasty,
It's
nasty work.
crazy. It was crazy when they
That's
fall.
that's so clever how they did that. Holy
Yeah.
shit, dude.
Yeah. So we see a picture of the Stark Expo that Tony Stark's father hosted and all that. What else do we see in the office? I don't know. I can't remember what else. When they fall into the void, when Deadpool falls into the void, it's for half a second, but on the right of him, maybe like 4 or 5 feet away, you see Secret Wars comic.
Oh.
You see
Oh.
I can't remember which one it is, but it's a Secret Wars comic. It's pretty much, I think it's the one that they're gonna base the
Dude,
whole movie
You're
off
gonna
of.
you're gonna have to
Link us that video.
link us to High Seas here.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. I'll send it to you for sure.
It was
but-
very easy to get. It's pretty widely available right now.
Yeah.
I'd
Yeah,
imagine.
would you well, never mind. I'll just YouTube it. The
Easter eggs.
Easter eggs, yeah.
Yeah. And to the left of that comic is a bottle of that soda in Edward Norton's Incredible Hulk.
Oh my god.
Oh shit.
Yeah. And in the void we see a bunch of shit too, like we see the 20th Century Fox logo where everything is buried but the X is like really prominent, you know what I mean? And it touches back to all the X-Men movies where they would show 20th Century Fox, and when it would fade out the X was just like barely legible in the beginning, and it would like come back out and it would show that it was the X-Men movie or whatever.
Movies got a lot of love for those movies, man.
Oh yeah, which is why I say it's such a love letter and a goodbye to all these movies.
Yeah, because I mean, as much as we can make fun of those movies for their foibles, I guess, if you want to call them,
Yeah,
Missteps.
Things wouldn't be where they are now if those didn't come like, and set some sort of stage.
Like when those movies came out, they were, to us, they were like, holy shit, dude, we have X-Men now, you know? They were good for the time.
Yeah.
And I know that we're still talking about Easter eggs, but the little snippet at the end during the end credits where they're showing like all the behind the scenes footage of like filming X-Men and all that kind of stuff.
That was so
cool.
Riddance plays in the background.
I was like, why does this hurt?
Yeah,
it kind of got me. It kind of got me.
Hurt.
That was emotional. It was.
Yeah. I was trying to remember. Oh, when we talk about when you know, of course you see that it's a giant Ant-Man skeleton that they're
living in.
So what is this? That's an actual
so that form of giant man was from Ant-Man and the Wasp, when there was just like a bunch of them and the giant one was trying to like reach for something and he got spaghettified or whatever. It's said to believe that it's that Ant-Man. And we see a broken helicarrier in the void. We see Asgard, the piece of Asgard that was destroyed. We see a bunch of vehicles, you know, that were like all Mad Maxy and shit, right? Like we see the Fantastic car. Yeah.
To avoid IP infringement.
Right. The Fantastic
I just
car.
love the hands.
Here is your queen.
Part. Furiosa. Yeah. We see the Fantastic car. Like a version of it, like an old school version of it, which kind of harkens over to the new Fantastic Four movie that's going to be set in the 60s. We see the Red Skull's hot rod, but instead of like a Hydra thing symbol on the front, it's Iron Man.
Okay.
I mean, we see a bunch of stuff.
I love how the cages they're kept in are just big balls.
Yeah. They're just these. It's so fun to see all of these.
Well, that was Ant-Man's balls.
They were just his.
hollowed out
calcified
testicles.
nuts,
Yeah.
calcified nuts.
Oh, and I loved the attention. I know you might not consider it like attention to detail, but in the beginning of the movie when he like digs up Wolverine's skeleton and it's actually adamantium.
Yeah,
I was like, that is a beautiful touch. Like,
Oh,
I love
absolutely.
that.
Yeah.
And then proceeds to use it as a weapon to
Yes.
kill all the time cops.
That
Yeah.
was a
Yeah.
And then when
lot
he's
of
got
fun.
the
That was a
claws in
great
the
fight.
guy's crotch and his ass, and he's like trying to
He's
get out.
doing it to Bye 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 by fucking
Yeah.
NSYNC. Funny story.
So-
NSYNC changed their original video for Bye 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 that was, uploaded fucking decades ago, to say Bye 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 from Deadpool and Wolverine.
Ah, those sons of
Oh,
bitches.
wow.
Trying to fucking just
did
trying
not.
to milk as much
Well,
fucking
and
juice out of that
I-
cock that
So
they
if you
can.
if you watch that music video now, it'll say that.
Yeah, so if you
Yes.
go to YouTube right now and you type in Bye Bye Bye, it'll say NSYNC
Oh my
Bye Bye
fucking
Bye
god, dude.
official video from Deadpool and Wolverine uploaded
Wow.
14 years ago.
That is so sad, dude.
I thought
Did-
you were saying
so-
that like they changed the lyrics or
No,
whatever.
no, no.
I
They
was
changed
like,
the
dude,
title.
That's incredible.
No, they changed the title of
That's-
the video.
And you know what?
That's
They're
so
gonna get
fucking
they're gonna
funny.
get like 20 million
know what?
fucking views off
ride
of doing
ride that wave.
Yeah,
Ride it,
dude,
'cause,
fucking
like,
get it.
kids today, they don't fucking know.
Yeah.
They'll go, that song's a
70
banger.
Just fucking
Yeah.
just milking it, dude.
I did
70
hear-
70K views from a day ago. I think this is like newly uploaded, but the original one 14 years ago, 375 million views.
Yeah, and it's everywhere, like on their Apple
Yeah.
Music, on their Spotify, like all of it.
Oh my god, I love that so much.
Dude, I think that's so funny.
I think Misty told me this, but she was saying that like there were a lot of things that, because she had looked it up, but there were a lot of things that Ryan Reynolds took like Blake's advice on adding.
Oh,
and
really?
That and Bye 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 was one of them.
Oh, that's great.
Doing that song for that scene.
And he
was
did the
one of her-
choreography and everything
Yeah.
too.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, it was so
You know what I
good.
really he did not do the choreography for the
Well-
the Bye Bye Bye. That was a different guy. That was a different guy in the suit. He's on TikTok.
Oh, okay.
Well, but Deadpool did the choreography.
Of course,
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
yes.
yeah.
It's very funny. Yes,
I
I
mean,
mean,
it
it wasn't
would've
Ryan
been-
Reynolds.
it would've been
like,
even
actually,
better.
but,
It would have been even better if it was, but all right.
I also really like the use of "Like a Prayer" by Madonna.
Yeah.
Oh, that was
Yeah.
so good.
The best song about giving head.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
It's everything that they do is so calculated and so like fun. What else can we get into real quick?
I just kind of tapping back into the desecration of the sacred grave. I love that like there's like a solid amount of time where like and it's been like invested in us since Logan came out, that was like a perfect end to Logan's story, and it's beautiful. And like I love the way that the movie is like it props it up and is like even so far to make it like a slight joke with the paradox. His name's Paradox, right?
Yeah,
Where
yeah.
he's like mouthing the words when they're watching the
Well,
scene
the
of
whole
Logan.
people, like everybody
Yeah.
in the TVA in that
Adore,
room.
yeah, like they adorn him. Like he's like Marvel Jesus basically.
Yeah.
But I love that they just get done like just glazing him, and then 10 seconds later it's Deadpool using him as like a weapon and desecrating his body, and I just love that it's like, yeah, we don't care.
Yeah.
Like if you like, this is Deadpool, motherfucker. We clowning this bitch. If you don't like this shit, take your ass back to the Avengers.
Right.
The best part for me was, I mean, yes, obviously, we finally got yellow and blue Wolverine, but towards the end when he put on the mask,
Oh,
I
my
was
God.
rock
when he
fucking solid, because I was just telling Eddie while we were waiting for you guys to come on, and what I said in the chat, I was like, I have been waiting for an original comic accurate Wolverine outfit for as long as you guys have, probably. And
Yeah.
he finally fucking got it. and it was so glorious.
Well, even Deadpool
Yeah.
says it when he like peeks in and sees his fucking costume. He's like, "We've only been waiting 20 fucking years for this."
Yeah.
You know, I love like
Dude.
all the fourth wall breaks, like during the skeleton scene where he goes, "Yeah, sorry, Hugh," and he's like, "Oh, no worries, mate." He like makes him talk.
No, and that
Undercunt
mask,
down undercunt.
that mask looked so good too.
It really did.
Like it looked so fucking good.
It's
It
like
looked good.
I would have wanted to see it more in the movie, but I thought after thinking about it, I was like, it was perfect for that tail
They
end.
save the best
Yeah.
for the last, bro.
Yeah.
And talk about great scenes in the movie. That one shot camera
Uncut,
angle
yeah.
when they were going and they were fighting all the Deadpools. It was so good. It was like a comic strip come to life.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like you were watching 10 comic panels in one, and they're just fucking going at it. The cinematography in this movie is
great.
ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
It's great.
Ridiculous.
Well, and I know we've already mentioned it, but God, I love Nice Pool's death. Like,
yeah, Nice
it's
Fool's
so
death
good.
was so funny. And Dogpool just kind of skittering around in the background back there. I mean,
I was kind of a little disgusted with because there's a scene where he's got the dog and he's sitting
Yeah.
there, and the dog is like, it's a gag, right? Like in threes, where the first time it shows him, the dog's just like licking his face. The next time he's got his mouth open and the dog is like cleaning his teeth, and then the third time it shows him, it's showing him like actually tongue kissing the dog.
Yeah.
And it's like, I was like, this is weird. This is like where the movie kind of loses me a little.
That part at the end when he shows back up to his apartment with Blind Al, and he's got the dog, and she starts petting it, and she touches the tongue, and she's like, "Motherfucker!"
that was another one of my favorite jokes was the cocaine angle, the cocaine part. He's
Yeah.
like, Feige doesn't want us, talking about cocaine. And then she just goes, fucking calls it Forrest Bump. Like white girl uninterrupted, like just fucking just going. Just going.
So good.
I live
Old
with
people
I live
dandruff.
with a blind old woman who can apparently only see cocaine.
Did you say something? Jesus, I'm dying. I liked the Torch's death. That was very cool, very funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
She's
dude, it was
just like,
oh my God, that was great. That was so good.
The fact that he was working at a car dealership for a little while, he's like stapling a toupee to his fucking head.
and they're like, and he's talking about it with Wolverine later, and he's like, nobody knows, and he's like,
everybody
knows.
Well, and I love that they then portal in to fall on the van that the family has decided that they're gonna buy after all. Oh my God, dude.
Him making fun of the Honda Odyssey.
I love the Honda Odyssey, dude. I love the Honda Odyssey bit. I love the fight in the Honda Odyssey. I think it's just like, and it's a big reason why I like the movie as much as I do, because I'm a simple man. I like just uncut fucking violence and gore.
Yeah.
And that's basically all this scene is them just trying to desperately kill each other, but they can't.
Right.
And I love the end of it where he's like, yeah, I'm totally wrong about the Honda Odyssey. It fucks. But you don't, needle dick.
Then
when the coexist sticker on the bumper too.
When it cuts to them, and they're like right before they get picked up, when it cuts to them and Deadpool's like tied up in the seatbelts.
Yeah. It was just great. And even that, like that serious moment that they had where fucking Wolverine just lays into him, and he's just like, you can't even keep a relationship with a fucking stripper. I was like, oh shit. And he was like, I'm gonna fight you now. And fucking gets crazy with him. I mean,
God's best joke is you can't die, but it's on all of us.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that was a great line too. That was a really good line.
So what do you guys think about Hugh Jackman in this movie, like in general? Because I really like how it has like this relentless fucking funny bone, and it just is like constantly, flexing its fucking funny bone muscles. But it also has like this this new angle with Wolverine where he like completely fucked up and like wasn't there and people got killed and he killed people, you know.
To be like honest, I kind of wasn't expecting Wolverine to have the mouth that he had in this movie. Like, I was kind of just expecting like, you know, but thinking back on it,
Wolverine.
thinking back on it, I was like, oh, we had a bunch of PG-13 movies. I was just expecting that sort of Wolverine, and then like he, you know, he drops fuck a couple times, and I'm like, oh, okay, and then it's just like and I'm just like, holy shit, dude, this is incredible.
Isn't that more comic accurate? Wolverine is the fuck off.
Yeah,
Wolverine.
I mean, Wolverine is definitely like the whole point of Wolverine is that he is this savage man beast sort of thing. Like he's gonna be uncouth. He's gonna be seriously rough around the edges.
Yeah.
And so like granted in comics, there was the comic code, so you couldn't have him dropping F-bombs all over the place.
Of course.
But yeah,
his
no, I mean that's
beloved like
that's what he would do. That's what he should do. Yeah, I mean he's a savage, bloodthirsty animal.
I find this one to be a loving companion piece to Logan, where this is. I mean, and obviously it's you know, it's a movie that we all paid money for, so it's not anything to get too crazy attached to, and I liked the scenes with Hugh Jackman and Cassandra, where it's just real quiet and there's no jokes.
She's tapping into his mind.
Yeah, I like that, and I like that from Hugh Jackman. He seems when you say that we waited 20 years for the yellow and blue. It's interesting, and it makes me think of how Fox was just trying to do their own thing with these characters.
I mean, I don't think they were trying to do their own thing as much as they thought audiences are not gonna fuck with people in ridiculous, brightly colored spandex suits.
No, it's funny.
That's a good point.
Well, it's funny you should say that because Bryan Singer wanted to be as detached from the comics as possible.
Like that's hokey. That's silly.
The reasoning.
He's a pedophile, so
yeah.
And
see where that got him.
Sorry, continue.
The reasoning for the black leather in those X-Men movies was actually the Matrix.
I can.
It was right around the time the Matrix had come out, and so they were all in black leather and they were all doing stuff, and they're like,
"That's what's cool."
Yeah, the Matrix is doing numbers with this black leather shit. Yeah,
and that's the reason that the Matrix did numbers.
Exactly,
was the black leather.
As if that's why.
Yeah, and so they were, so they were just like, yeah, this is it. And but it's funny though, because you know how they did it. Well, what would you prefer? Yellow spandex? You know what I mean? Just kind of like digging into the fact that we're not going to give you what you want. But then in fucking what is it, X-Men 97, they're like, well, what do you prefer? Black leather? You know what I mean? Like just kind of taking it back.
Yeah, it is, and it's just another aspect of the movie just being super present and like knowing that it not only is it a movie, but it's also like knowing its audience and knowing that like there are expectations and and paying off those expectations while also giving some twists in there as well. Like I liked I did like the self-sacrifice of the ending where the MacGuffin machine is about to explode or whatever, and they go down, and it's like, oh well, only one guy can go in there, you know, but you're not coming out, and so it's like, and then we like collectively Deadpool 2, like, and as an audience, we've like accepted the fact that it's going to be Wolverine. This Wolverine needs redemption. It's going to be this is going to be his redemption act, his Red Dead redemption, right?
Yeah,
but through the power of friendship.
He swaps. Well, at first he swaps. Like he just he throws him out and, you know, does the whole like, I'm the hero shit, you know. And I liked the idea, even though it's kind of dumb and stupid. I like the idea that they're like, well, no, there were two guys there. So the first guy
Mhm.
didn't die because he had support from the second guy. So we're both
Yeah, the power of
here.
friendship.
Yeah.
Did you see
Literally the power of
Family. Family.
Did you guys see the Hugh Jackman recreated the
meme.
comic Wolverine meme?
Yeah.
He's like
Yeah.
holding the picture.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, when I saw those pop up, I legit was like thinking that was in the movie, and I was like so excited just to see that like on the screen. I thought that was gonna be in there. Like it wouldn't be him like looking at an old picture of Wolverine, but it would just be him like holding a
Some
picture
picture.
that you didn't
Yeah.
see because it was, and I was just like, this is in the movie, and then I was like, oh no, he just did that for the memes, dude. But that's
Yeah.
still
I
fucking
really
phenomenal.
wanted that to be in the movies.
Yeah.
For sure.
It's like him holding a picture of like black leather Wolverine, and he's just like,
Oh, God.
Obviously, it kind of sets up for another movie, as these movies usually do. So where do we? Are they showing
yeah,
up in Secret
they're
Wars?
gonna be doing this till Hugh Jackman's 90. Don't you remember?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Secret Wars or Avengers Doomsday. I think
I would
think-
like an X-Force movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it seems like we're
legit
going-
X-Force.
Like
We're
a
going
legit
like a mutant path.
strict
yeah.
X-Force.
Well,
Yeah.
now that Disney Marvel acquired 20th Century Fox, it's only appropriate that we follow the mutant route. We're going to see X-Men, and we're going to see just all of that like coming around, because this whole multiversal deal is going to bring all
Like
of
this
that
is
together.
this is the kind of monopoly I'm cool with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it's going to bring them in. It's going to bring everybody together, which is the smart way to do it. You know what I mean? Like, we're acquiring all these assets back from when we weren't doing well, and when we weren't where we were just
Well, like
selling things off.
a lot of the rights that they sold were before there were ever even thoughts
Yeah.
of doing movies of any of these characters. So
Right.
they weren't worried about selling off these properties to help their bottom line. Like
Yep.
that wasn't, who cares? We're not gonna ever do, oh shit, we're doing this. Oh god damn it.
Guess we got to get them
You know?
back. You know what I mean? Like, it's to the point where I want Disney to drop. I want Disney to drop a Billy to get fucking Spider-Man back. Like I don't.
You know that that it's not just going to be one.
Yeah, well, I know.
Sony. That's the other thing too. Is
Sony
like
Sony is clinging to Spider-Man. Like
I'm thinking trillion. I don't think.
Yeah.
No, dude. No, I don't think. Spider-Man is like
Sony's not giving that shit up without a fight.
Dude, Spider-Man is like Sony's like 1/15 of Sony's revenue, bro. Like it's no way. And it sucks. It really sucks, especially for you guys that are living in such a world where all of this shit is becoming lovingly crafted with continuity involved, and it's
like
just
it's finally all coming home except for
and it's like, but it's like, and it's beautifully cohesive, and they're like sculpting this shit into some like massive product, and then there's fucking Sony just like nah. Remember that TikTok that I sent you, like how fast I go from nonchalant to freaky?
Yeah.
There's Sony in the background just going
fucking, I swear.
Getting off on withholding.
Right? I thought we were going to see a Spider-Man, and we
I really did too.
I thought we were going to see Spider-Man, and we didn't.
I honest to God, I thought we were going to see Toby. I thought we were going to see at the very least a glimpse of Toby or Willem Dafoe or somebody. I don't know, somebody from the Raimi movies, but alas.
Right. What were you guys' like? I mean, this whole movie is full of memorable scenes, but what was the most memorable scene for you guys?
I really like the fight in the desert
between Wolverine and Deadpool.
Yeah, it's the fight where Deadpool looks at the camera, breaks the fourth wall, and says, "Okay, nerds, get the special sock out.
Yeah.
Good shit's about to happen."
Right, and
That
fucking
fight's awesome.
Wolverine's gets on all fours and
That
fucking
fight is
runs
Oh
awesome.
off.
my god.
that was sick as fuck.
That's
That
the best
was
fight
so
in the
cool.
whole movie for sure.
Yeah.
Close
yeah.
second is the Honda Odyssey fight, but I really
See, and I
really
was
like
gonna
this one.
say the Honda fight.
Yeah.
Like I was gonna say the Odyssey fight. Like
The
that
Honda-
was
That's a good one.
Juice. That's a good one.
I want some grape drink. What was I gonna say? Oh, the scene where, and I know that it's to the song about getting head, but the part at the end when they're holding on and everything's about to go down and that song is playing in the background and they're like flashing through everything. I was just like I know what this song is about, but like, damn, dude, this is like hitting hard. Like,
right.
this is emotional.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like, I know it's kind of not supposed to be, but it's hitting, dude. Like,
Yeah. For me, it was the fight at Cassandra Nova's base where it was Gambit and Blade and Elektra and X-23. X-23 puts on those glasses that she stole from that gas station in Logan. I feel like it was so cool just to see what could have been. You know what I mean? Because we're not going to see solo movies for these characters. We're not going to, if we may see them later on in Secret Wars or whatever, but being able to see what Channing Tatum's Gambit looked like, or seeing what if
You really don't think they'll bring him back for that?
Gambit
He's a crowd favorite.
They'll bring him in a new X-Men movie, I'm sure. You know what I mean?
Well, because they abandoned the plans for Gambit solo, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's right.
yeah.
But
So
the Fantastic Four,
I mean, they think they need to
happening.
rethink that now.
Yeah, the Fantastic Four one is happening, but that that's Reed Richards, Sue Storm, Johnny Storm.
Yeah. But they're mutants, and they're
No, I mean, no, they're
not mutants.
Yeah, they acquired their powers in space.
Mutants are people who were born with a mutant gene.
Oh, I'm wrong then. I thought the rock guy with the rock penis was a mutant. But...
No, they got theirs, and so like some kind of like a solar flare
space
or something.
storm.
Then I'm wrong. Then this point,
I love.
There's no point.
I hope they rethink the Gambit plans now.
Yeah, I think. Well, I mean, if they're going to make another X-Men movie, which I'm sure they are now that they have the rights to it, I'm sure that Channing Tatum will return. I'm sure that
somewhere.
We're gonna get all those characters again. So
I love in the fight that you're talking about, Eddie, how like when each character shows up and they're like, I'm Elektra, I'm Gambit, and all that sort of stuff, and then they just go to fight. Like, to your casual moviegoer, you're just like, oh, they're just fighting a bunch of like bad guys, and they don't allude to like, oh shit, this is Lady Deathstrike, and this is so and so, and this is so and so. Like, they don't allude to any of that. And
but to people like us, like this fight is fucking epic.
Yeah, dude.
Which is cool because like the first X-Men, well, not the first one, but I think the third one is the first iteration of that kind of like battle type, where mutants are against mutants, and we're just like looking at different, so like having them pioneered that, and then having like all those old 20th Century Fox X-Men people come back to have another big battle melee. It was just it was like coming around.
And as much as I absolutely hated the original Kane Marco, what's his Juggernaut. Yeah. As much as I hated the X-Men movie Juggernaut.
Oh yeah,
like
where he was just a big strong guy.
He was a big strong guy with like a rock helmet.
Yeah.
Just made out of fucking rock, like that thick, like all the way around. Like, God, it was so dumb, but it was nice.
Juggernaut, bitch.
Oh my God, dude. But it was nice to see him back. It was very nostalgic,
Yeah.
What did you guys think of those the last couple X-Men movies that we got. The ones I had like that was like Dark Phoenix
Oh,
and
and like Days of Future Past. And
yeah. What did you think
I
about those
liked
movies?
I liked Days of Future Past.
I liked them. I mean, the Dark Phoenix one wasn't my favorite, but
No.
you know, they were fine enough. You know,
But yeah, I liked them. The one with Kevin Bacon in it.
yeah, yeah,
Where
yeah,
yeah.
The
yeah,
Bake Man is in one of these movies.
Yeah.
yeah, dude.
He plays Sebastian Shaw,
Yeah,
which
yeah,
I never thought I would see
yeah.
anyone from Hellfire Club, let alone Sebastian Shaw.
Yeah, for real, dude.
You know.
It was great. It yeah, it was just all so well put together, and like I said, it was just this big love letter to the 20th Century Fox, just like the nostalgia that was put into it. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's just like, you know, when Avengers first came out and just, you know, pretty much referenced every movie coming onto that, you know, I feel like it was just amazing.
Well said.
Um well, I guess we can head into our ratings of the movie if you guys don't have anything else.
I'm nerded out, boys.
Yeah.
I'm
I've spewed all I
downloading
can
it.
spew.
I'm torrenting it in the background right now. I just gotta watch it again.
Yeah. Well,
So how are y'all doing that? Is it good or is it like just a fan cam?
it's
I
a
mean,
fan
it's just
cam.
yeah, it's just a fan cam, but
I was gonna say because I found two websites that work really well for me. Andy TV. Don't know why. That one works really well. It just is a search bar and it's like search a movie. I'm like, okay, Deadpool. And it pops up literally everything that Deadpool's ever been in.
Yeah.
And it was just for this one only, it was just cam. And
Yeah.
it's fine. It's not, you know, it has
Yeah.
every like fourth
I mean, I would not
quarter.
have watched this with a cam for my first viewing. Absolutely not.
Of course.
Absolutely
That's
not.
what Eddie did. You're talking shit on what Eddie did.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, no, like if you can at all do it, theater for sure for your
Right.
first viewing.
Right.
But yeah, I certainly don't mind watching it, you know, additional times through a cam. Like that's fine.
Now I'm gonna call on you, Derek. Bookmark that because I'm gonna call on you a little bit later because I have a story. This was the worst movie going experience I've had in years.
Yeah.
It
Go on.
was awful. Well, we can get our ratings out and we'll end on a bang because
Okay.
I've been slowly raising the anger just thinking about it. It was bad, dude. It was really fucking bad.
Crazy.
But ratings.
So now we come to our ratings. Our rating system is 1 to 5, 1 being the worst, 5 being the best. What did you guys think?
I'll go first. I'm brief. It's my favorite piece of Marvel anything. I really enjoy it. It kind of just talks to me because I did have a little bit of a kindling love for those early Marvel movies, and it was fun to watch how they did things and how they brought back Hugh Jackman in like a non-dumb way. And I was very appreciative of that as a fan of someone, if as a fan of those old X-Men movies. And you know, I'm not a fucking huge fan of these. I'm not like saying like, yeah, I'm so glad they did right by my boys. I'm not doing that. I had like a fledgling love for these movies, and it was fun watching them get their due. Like it was cool seeing Elektra. I thought that was really like a really weird pull, and then following it up with an even crazier pull, which was Wesley Snipes, was even cooler for me. I just thought it was one of the times where there's this shit that they pull in these movies actually got to me. So I did like it a lot. It's a 5 out of 5. I just and also I'm a simple man. I love violence in all kinds. And when you're doing something with this level of budget, this level of sass, this level of writing, and it's just fun to watch everybody have actual funny quips that like are not only insanely raunchy and offensive, but common or present, like I said, and like, you know, making fun of his wife and shit, making fun of Disney, making fun of Marvel. Like it kind of played to me in a way that, you know, I don't usually get with these movies at all. So 5 out of 5.
Derek?
I would also say 5 out of 5. I mean, for me, I am glad they did fucking right by my boys finally. You know,
Fucking
like
finally.
so many characters that, and it was cool seeing Cassandra Nova. I think they did really well with that. And
Angela
yeah,
did not like her.
Really?
Yeah, she's the reason why I go from liking this movie instead of loving it, because I just don't like. And she, I guess maybe one day we'll get her on here to speak her mind. But I thought it was very funny because I also quite enjoyed Cassandra as a villain.
Yeah, I thought she was great. Like, I, the jokes were great, the story was great, the writing was wonderful. Like, everything was just on point for me. Like, there was not one thing that I was like, you know, apart from the absolute admitted nitpick of you know, Gambit's stature. Like, which is such a minor thing and doesn't in any way harm my enjoyment of the movie. Like,
just because Gambit is normally slender.
Yeah, he's
Okay.
like thin, wiry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, that's the only
That's
thing
definitely not what Channing Tatum is.
Yeah.
not even close. But like, yeah, I mean, everything was so on point, and I couldn't be more pleased about how the movie turned out.
Nicholas?
You got to be
5
careful with that word, bro. That sounds really bad.
Not the first person to use that form of my name either. Like, I guess that's a nickname, but 5 out of 5 here. I absolutely adored finally seeing Gambit. He's been probably my favorite X-Man since like the original X-Men cartoons that I used to watch growing up. But yeah, everything was great. The fourth wall jokes were fantastic. I loved seeing what's his name? Pete. I love seeing Pete come back as Deadpool.
That was great.
Yeah. I love how there was just like one lone survivor of the X-Force.
Yeah. Well, not
'Cause
two. It was two.
Yeah, there were two.
It was him and Shatterstar.
Yeah, they had Shatterstar. Like, I did find that kind of weird. That
Oh yeah,
like,
yeah.
why did they bring Shatterstar back but none of the other X-Force?
Well, all the other ones actually died. You know what I mean?
Well, but didn't Shatterstar die?
No.
Oh. I
Yeah.
thought it did.
Mm-mm.
But yeah, the fight with all the Deadpools at the end was awesome. Just everything, like, I don't know what else I can say besides the fact that like everything was done right, and loved it. So good.
I give it a 5 as well. The nostalgia factor for me was the big deal for me in
That was
this
like
movie.
off the charts.
Yeah, I mean, of course, the fourth wall breaks, like y'all said, were spot on. The humor, the action, everything was just across the board phenomenal. Anastasia's late father loved all of these movies that were harkened back to, and so she got a little emotional. She shed a little tear, you know. So it was so fun to come back to those movies and to see all these characters and to just kind of give them the proper send off that they deserve to be, you know, in my opinion. So I think this movie was not just well done for a Deadpool movie, it was well done for a Marvel movie, but it was also well done for an action comedy. It was also well done as just a movie on its own. So it's definitely a 5 for me. So 5s across the board. And I was expecting nothing less.
Yeah.
Just really quick, off topic completely. Cole, how did you get through watching this without losing your mind whenever you click on something, an ad pops up on this website.
So VPN, baby.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I ain't giving these motherfuckers an inch.
Like I click play and then all of a sudden this just like this
It's bad, dude.
jiggling ass pops up on screen. I'm like, that's not what I was watching.
Also,
At least
Brave.
right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should look into Brave. It's an internet.
Is it like an
browser.
ad blocker?
It's well, not at first. You have to pay for it. It's $10 a month, but that is the fucking cheapest VPN I've ever heard of. And I don't know how good it is. I watched all of this movie without any ad blocking, but there's still some there. Like there's still some fucking annoying ones where like it will open a completely new window. It's like when you're watching porn and you accidentally click on something that's random in the background and it's like, oh, you did want to come to our website and collect all of our viruses and not get the $10,000 in lottery tickets that we're promising you. You know, it's bad, but you have to find the right ones. Also, good rule of thumb, especially out there for everybody listening. You ever want to watch a movie, just wait till it's out. Okay. And then you go to Google and you type in movies Reddit. And then you go scroll down a little bit. It's going to seem a little scary at first because they're talking about illegally downloading movies, so it's a little scary at first. But once you get past that at first initial thing and you go, oh my God, I can get any movie at all for free. Please.
Yeah, that's what I do during the NFL season. I go to Reddit buff streams
and watch
my teams.
Here.
Fuck
them. If you can get it for free, do it. If you can go to Pirate Bay and you can download the newest Madden for free, you should fucking do it. You should fucking do it for sure.
That's how you know Cole's super passionate about something, because he'll just stop midway.
Yeah. Well, fuck these motherfuckers, man.
So,
Cole, they get so much money as it is. What? Sorry.
Why did you have a bad theater experience?
Oh my God, Derek, thank you.
I need to hear about this.
Yeah. Tell us about your theater experience.
And y'all know me. I'm a little bit dramatic. But so we went to University 6. It's just right there, so we go there. Thank God they're getting the new Alien movie. It kind of looked a little fucking hairy there, considering we didn't get Long Legs, which is a fucking insanely popular movie. But I digress. It's just kind of shitty. Like the theaters are shitty. Like the sound hasn't been maintained, and like the sound system hasn't. And we were in the good one. We were in theater 4, the biggest one.
Yeah.
And it sounded like shit. Every single time an explosion would go off, you would hear fucking rumbles like crazy. And it's just like, spend a little extra money, will you?
Mm-hmm.
Can you? Please?
Like, well, I mean, they're the only game in town now.
You want people to come to movies. Like, I don't know. It's just weird to me.
Yeah.
And then the audience. Okay. So I'll save the worst for the last, because it like actually fucking infuriates me. And Angela, remember how I made the joke about like how she's like slumping down, like
yeah.
She did that a lot.
Okay. Poor Angela.
Well, so first of all, there was probably half a dozen people that did not turn their cell phones off.
Ugh.
What?
And even half of them just didn't turn it off at all, even though the fucker was going off. There were cell phones consistently going off the entire fucking movie.
Ugh.
What the fuck?
It's like it
Bunch
might
of
have
heathens.
And if it was only, if it was a first time offender for all these people, it was at least like 13 or 14 fucking cell phones.
What the hell?
It's crazy. It's just was so weird to me. And then also people that are public service announcement, for fuck's sake, since you motherfuckers can't get it through your head, these comfort chairs, right? They're nice, they're new, they're awesome, you sweat in them, right? Because they're leather and it's weird, but they're comfy. And guess what? They make a lot of fucking noise. Okay.
Yep.
A lot, dude. a lot. Like, oh, that's too far.
Oh my god.
Like it's bad. It's really bad. And like through the whole movie. And I'm like, okay,
Man.
so we just don't care. We don't care about anybody. And this is the worst. This is
He's
the
standing
worst
up. He's
fucking
standing
part.
up.
Okay, this is the worst fucking part. These motherfuckers brought a child.
No.
Oh, God.
What?
These motherfuckers brought an infant to Deadpool versus Wolverine.
Oh, come on.
Oh.
And that little fucker went off the entire movie.
I'm clipping that.
The entire movie.
Do it, please. Please.
Oh my god. And to make it even worse, halfway through the movie, they're like, I guess I should do something about my crazy baby. I guess I should do something about my
look,
spawn.
This child exists.
Dude, I'm so glad I went when I did. Oh my god.
Oh
Mine
my
was
god.
the
To make
exact
it even
opposite
worse.
experience.
To make it even worse, she's like, oh, okay, I should do something about my child. So she walks down in front of me.
So she doesn't even leave the theater.
And
She
the
stands
baby
there.
kept crying and crying. And every time an explosion went off and you can hear the rumbling of the fucking untaken care of sound system in the movie theater.
He's about to break his mic stand.
I know, I gotta
I
let
know,
go.
right?
Every time there was an explosion, the baby went off.
Oh
Like,
my
hey.
god.
Hey, dipshit! The child doesn't like it.
I can't wait to watch this again, dude.
Doesn't like it.
Stop torturing the baby.
Bro, it was...
And us.
Oh my god. And like, I've never seen somebody just be like, no, this is okay.
Right? Well, and
I'm
like
ruining everybody's experience.
nothing fucks me off at a movie theater more than somebody consistently, regularly kicking my goddamn seat.
That's right. Yeah.
And like, and Misty hates when I address it because like she doesn't like, that's too much.
She gets embarrassed.
That's too much attention. Like
Yeah.
she doesn't like that feeling of confrontation
I'm the same
and
way.
attention. But I will straight up just be like, and I will
disappear
stare.
on him.
Me.
Yeah.
I will stare. I will stare for 30 fucking seconds and just be like,
Hey, can you not? Can you not?
Oh my god.
and 95% of the time it's a grown goddamn adult.
Yeah.
If a kid does it a couple times, I get it. Hey, maybe the parent sitting next to you, maybe I'll stare at fucking them and maybe they'll get the hint that they should keep their child in check. But like 95% of the time, it's a grown fucking adult just like the whole fucking movie. And
It's crazy,
ooh.
dude.
Like if I'm
crazy.
like adjusting and I'm like, you know, I don't know why, but I am like right now I'm sitting with my, you know, my left leg crossed over my right leg, and I do that.
Me too.
Like,
Yeah.
and if I'm adjusting and I accidentally nick your seat, my bad. Like,
Yeah, you'll
if somebody
apologize.
But it's
somebody
not
does that to me-
consistent. It's
no,
an
if somebody
isolated
does that to me,
and if
I'll
I
just
do it, I'll
play it off.
acknowledge it and be like, oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my bad. Yeah, at this last concert I went to, I totally punched a chick in the back of the head, and I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry."
My bad.
Oops.
It was
Just
the story so
looking-
far.
just
Okay,
looking
I had
for an
to-
excuse.
it's my favorite abuser band. I had to abuse the nearest woman, and it couldn't be.
Oh.
It couldn't be. I didn't want it to be Angela.
Well, yeah, there would be issues when you got home if it was Angela.
Oh my gosh, fuck you.
My God.
Well, on that note,
Basically, if you can't find a babysitter, you don't get to go to the movies. That's how that shit works.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, if it's not a kid's movie, don't take your kid to the movie.
right? Or at least if they're grown enough, you know,
Yeah.
you can
And
regulate
I
them.
get it, dude. I get it. That's the thing is like Angela was like talking me through it. She's like, dude, times are tough. People can't afford a babysitter. And I'm like, people afford their internet.
Yeah. Well, and you know what? You saw part of the movie. Great. Now take the kid outside until it's done crying, and then you can come back in and enjoy the rest.
It was so crazy to me, the double down. Just the like, no, I am staying here with my disruptive child and fuck everybody who disagrees with me. It was just like this level of entitlement that I was just like,
yeah.
It just was crazy to me. And poor Angela had to sit there and just listen to me just rack these, because everybody waited, the entire audience waited to see like the Marvel end credit scene. So
right.
When the lights came on, everybody was starting to descend, and this chick was down there with her baby, and the husband started walking through with the diaper bag. And I'm sitting here and I'm just talking to Angela and I'm just being an asshole. I'm just saying and I'm loud. You already know I'm loud as fuck. I'm saying this shit out loud. I want them to hear.
Exactly.
I was like, I was really impressed with the soundtrack, especially the crying baby. The crying baby really fucking elevated everything to this degree where Deadpool really, his character really shined, because this fucking incessant child was just screaming.
That's so funny.
Dude, it's not the child. It is not the child.
Right. I mean, that's what kids are gonna do.
It's the fucking parent, man. And it's crazy. They were clearly a young couple. And it's like, you learned your lesson. I hope.
Yeah.
What did you learn?
I hope you learned your lesson.
No,
they definitely did, because they stayed the entire fucking movie.
They didn't learn shit. They knew what they were doing, and they were perfectly comfortable with what they were doing. They didn't learn shit. They don't think there's anything they need to learn.
Dude, it reminds me of that Tom Segura bit where he's talking about how he got crying babies in back-to-back movies.
Oh yeah.
He turns around, he's like, "Hey, are you stabbing your baby?" "No." "Well, could you? Because I'm trying to watch this fucking movie."
I just love the Segura.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it sounds Japanese because you're saying it like that.
Because you're saying it like you're Japanese.
I don't know, man. I'm sympathetic to a point, and that was my fucking point. That's for sure. I can't get around the idea of you just like completely ruining. And of course, it's not like it's a fucking, we're not sitting through like a 4-hour Scorsese movie where everyone's supposed to. Or a better example is like Long Legs, right? Long Legs is a very quiet movie that relies on like the quiet, intense moments, right? So quiet to the point where like I didn't want to eat popcorn, and you know me, I'm a pig. I fucking stuffed my face with popcorn. So like I couldn't, because my chewing was sound for the people around me in a packed theater. Like it's common fucking sense.
Yeah, it's courtesy. It's consideration.
I don't know, and I appreciate y'all for abiding me in me, letting me let that go, because Angela was like, I feel so bad for them. Like the baby was just freaking out, and I'm on the other side of the fucking fence. You should have never come here. Ever.
That's a level of kindness that I don't have in me. I just
look, man, it's like it's very obviously like affecting the baby. Like like it's not liking the loud noises. Like I said, it was the main theater, so it was very loud, very loud. And I just felt bad.
Like my kids were fortunately great whenever I took them to the movies. I mean, John, when he was a baby, like months old, we went and saw the first Transformers movie, and he slept through the whole thing. So like,
and that's great. That's fucking awesome. I have dogs that are cool. You know what I mean? They're awesome. They're fine, but there's a good chance that they're not. I don't know where this is going. Sorry. There was a joke there, but it just fucking totally pooped from my head.
When I bring my dogs to the movie, they're so well behaved.
They sit there attentively.
Well, it's crazy that we definitely could have brought Penny, and Penny, may have caused a little trouble in the beginning, but after a while just would have sat there. But I wouldn't have brought her because it's a loud environment.
Yeah.
And this was an infant. Like months.
Yeah.
And that's That's awesome.
That's
for
fucked
people.
up of a parent to do to the child, let alone everyone else in the theater.
Yeah,
It's
agreed.
great that you have, like, for those people that have a baby that can sleep through that shit, that's awesome. Continue to take your baby. But the second that fucking thing starts to pipe up, take them out. Take them out. And I'm sitting
Gotta
here, I'm
keep 'em
going like, I'm
separated.
thinking, I'm like, the common fucking sense things of like what she could obviously do. She could go sit in the like the little side area,
The little
and every
side
time
aisle.
the little fucker starts piping up, you just walk out. When he calms down, you walk back in. Guess
Yeah.
what? You're
You're gonna
standing
miss
the
the movie.
whole movie. You're,
If your
well, and you're
baby's
gonna
like
miss
that, you know what I mean?
you're gonna miss part of the movie, and you're gonna be standing the whole time. But guess what? You brought your fucking baby.
Yeah.
So
You like
who's at fault?
Like if you bring your baby, you bring your baby, but you should understand that you are sacrificing certain comforts and certain privileges, like, you know, catching every second of the movie and sitting down.
Yep.
And I'd
And
say the
they
same
tell
damn thing if
you-
it was a dog. If it was a dog and it was like barking at people in the middle, of course, take your fucking dog out of here.
Yeah.
You know, whatever, you know, not to just kind of further that point. It's like, if you are making any kind of noise at all that is involuntary, you can't stop it, then you remove said thing. If for some reason your cell phone can't turn on vibrate, right? If you have some kind of bug that makes it so your shit is just blaring full fucking force, none of your buttons work, you can't silence it at all, and it's like, oh my God, my phone is just going off. I guess I have to remove myself from the equation. I have
Right.
to
Yeah.
remove myself from common sense. Common fucking sense.
Well,
They even make a point to mention, what is it? If it
If it rings,
if it
cries,
rings, lights up,
like,
cries, yeah. If it cries, get it the fuck out of here.
I'm so glad you guys were able to procreate. That is so fucking awesome for you. Please leave it at home.
exactly.
that's it.
I'm not bitter at all. I'm pretty sure I can still have children. So that's not for the internet theorist out there that like archive this footage and it's like, oh, he's probably bitter because he can't have kids. I don't know. We've never tried. So fuck you.
Well, there you have it, folks. On this episode of What Grinds Cole's Gears.
Children.
Children.
Can you believe
Cole-
there's some people
Cole-
out here trying to date children? Crazy.
Cole shooting blanks confirmed.
Right.
Don't work.
Well, with that, we end our episode. We hope you enjoyed it. Please tell us what you think in the comments. If we were right, if we were wrong, if Cole's a baby hating piece of shit, just, you know, go ahead and let us know in the comments. As always, you can follow us on social media.
On Facebook at the Nerd Corporation, a podcast.
On Instagram and Twitter /X, I guess, at NerdCorp.
At NerdCorp what?
NerdCorp podcast, sorry.
Or you can shoot us an email at nerdcourtpodcast@gmail.com.
And as you're watching this video on YouTube, please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and hit the little bell icon. We want to get into as many nerdy ears as possible, and that's the best way to do that. If you love us and want to support what we do, consider supporting us on PayPal, paypal.me/nerdcourtpodcast. We want to have the best loot, give you the best giveaways, and give you the best nerdy experience, and that is the best way to do that. So, from all of us here at the Nerd Corporation, we thank you. We love you. Keep it nerdy, y'all.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.